Well, thank you to our friends, right? It's one of the most encouraging sessions I've ever sat in a Pentecostal context, listening to fellow leaders, and I'm very encouraged by you guys' stories. So thanks for making the effort to be with us and share that. And now encouraged by that, we do want to have you converse, to interact, so that as a fellowship we can identify what are the things that are leaping off the page at us, but how the Spirit is speaking to us. And you'll notice in your outline, we're asking you to converse about these basically three kind of scenarios you just heard described, because we are facing these all across this district and all across our country. And we want to continue to hear from one another and from the Lord about how to respond. So the one area to address is related to plateau or decline. What are the principles or practices you heard when dealing with a church or ministry that's experiencing plateau or decline? So what were some of the things that leapt off the page as you were listening today, or just some things in your own experience you'd want to add to the conversation? When the future's in question, when there's a feeling like we may be near death, how do you respond? What are the pragmatic responses and so on? And then just in a setting that just needs continual renewal. There's health, there's vitality, but you don't want pride to enter in. You don't want to feel like you've achieved all that can be achieved. What's the principles related to a continual renewal of vision and vitality? So we are in a sanctuary. We do have some pews to work with. But I am asking you if you would move out into groups of 4 or 5, kind of turn around in the pews. And if you came, with a spouse or with a staff member or whatever, try to spread yourselves out a little bit so that you're participating in more than one conversation, so that you can contribute but also glean. We're going to take 25 minutes for this, so that's about 8 minutes on each of those 3 topics. I believe you're mature and capable to self-organize, so stand up, identify 3 or 4 others. One of you is going to record the conversation so that it gets included in our ongoing interaction discussion. So find the 3 or 4 others and then resettle back in. One of you quarterback the conversation just to encourage it to move forward so that everyone participates, all right? And we'll see you just 25 minutes or so. Everyone participating, please. Find some friends to interact with. All right, if you want to regather back to your original location, or if you're happy to be where you are, maybe get away from your staff or whatever. And Natalie will be coming around to your scribe, your group leader, and getting those notes. Again, as I mentioned, at 12:30 we'll be taking our lunch break, but prior to that we want to have an international focus on missional vitality, and in just a moment Keith Warrow will be coming. But as is our tradition, we love to be generous and give away books courtesy of WordCom. And you heard a good emphasis on tenacious leadership. Recent book, 9 Disciplines of Enduring Leadership, along with a book on how to network for kingdom impact. And this book goes to the one who can tell me, in what year did Central Tabernacle in Edmonton start? I need to see your hand. No. Darcy McAllister. Should I give a book to you? No, that's insider trading. Sorry. Well, no, it was 1917. I came to the Lord through an outreach of Central Tabernacle in Edmonton, and I went to the church in the mid-'60s when there was this big 1917, 1967 thing hanging up in the middle of the sanctuary celebrating silver. And now you're coming up to, wow, that means I've added how many more years to my life? So Darcy, you can give this to whatever friend you choose. You want it, and some relative of yours pastored Central at some point, so. Good discussion at our breakfast table this morning was those who indicate they're dones. Isn't that it, Gary? Dones? Done with church? And how to respond to that. And this book is entitled Church Refugees. Sociologists reveal why people are done with church but not their faith. Anyone like to read that book? All right. This is the prize for those who came the furthest. All right. Yeah, and your superintendent keeps promising me he's going to take me up to visit you guys, so I'm just waiting to see the check. Okay, so I used to pray for Frobisher Bay when people from Alberta went up there to help pastor the church back in the good old days.